In this video, I'm gonna take a photo walk with one camera and one lens, and the lens that I'm using is one of the most affordable and also one of the most controversial lenses in the whole Lumix lineup. We got some fresh snow last night, and it was actually the first snow here in southern Finland, and it certainly looks really pretty here, and I think I'm gonna take one of my first pictures of the day here. Okay, let me see. This grass or whatever this is covered in snow looks really pretty. I'll take one more from this angle. I get some overexposure. I think I had to turn on the electronic shutter just to avoid the overexposure. I'm just gonna turn on the auto shutter so the camera can choose between mechanical and electronic shutter, just in case my shutter speed goes beyond 1/4000th of a second on a bright day like this. And the camera is the G90, which has the maximum or minimum shutter speed of 1/4000th of a second. And the lens that I'm using is the Lumix G 25mm f1.7. And it's controversial because it has the dreaded focus shift issue. I have investigated the focus shift issue in one of my videos, which you can see here if you're interested. And in that video I found it's there, but I also found it's not a major issue. But you'll be the judge. Can you see any focus shift in the photos that I show you in this video? And yes, I'm at the beach right now, believe it or not. And back there is a nice looking scene, backlight and all that. I'm gonna take a picture of that and see if it works out. I gotta apply some negative exposure compensation. I don't want to blow out the sun too much. And my shutter speed seems to be 1/16,000th of a second, so I made the right choice when I turned on the auto shutter so the camera can choose between a mechanical and electronic shutter. I think I'm gonna try another picture at f8 just to see if I can get a sun star in my picture. Okay, here's an interesting detail in the sand. There's some ice here and some interesting patterns in the sand. Let's make a picture. f8, 1/60th of a second, ISO 500. And one more like so. I haven't been using this lens a lot lately, but it's not because of the focus shift issue. It's just that I've been using so many other lenses, and currently my favorite 25-4 micro four thirds is the Leica 25mm f1.4. But I still think this Lumix G25 f1.7 is an excellent value for money, and it can make some pretty pictures and sharp pictures too. f8, 1/13,000th of a second. I have explained my one lens philosophy many times on this channel, but I'm gonna explain it one more time. The reason for me to take only one lens with me when I go out and take pictures for myself is that it makes life so much easier. If I have many lenses with me, I feel I always have the wrong lens on my camera and I just keep changing lenses, and that takes my concentration away from my photography. And I just feel I keep getting better pictures if I only use one lens at a time. I really like this location, and I've never been here before, even though this is only a 5-minute drive from where I live. And if there is any upside in this whole pandemic mess, it's that I've been exploring some locations and places in my hometown where I've never been before. This is gonna be a cliche and certainly not a unique picture, but I'll take it anyway. The sun is hitting quite nicely these snow-covered branches, and I think it makes a nice picture. At least I'm gonna try. Okay, that looks nice back there. The puddle of water makes an interesting reflection, and the backlight is always a good light. I think this is worth a try. I'm gonna apply some negative exposure compensation here so that I can preserve the highlights, and indeed the puddle of water looks really good here. Okay, one more picture of this, whatever you call this thing. It looks like somebody forgot it there. Yeah, that's it. The light is kind of fading away, as you can see, and I have at least a couple of keepers here. I think it's time to wrap this up and head home. I hope you enjoyed this little photo walk with me and the Lumix 25mm lens. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again in the next one.